Welcome to Risk Awareness Week. My name is Ben Pickup, and today I'm focusing on how risk management and decision making attached to risk management manifests itself into corporate misconduct. And I suppose in the sense of the topic that we're looking at, awareness, I suppose what I'm looking to do is just create awareness of what those issues are that don't necessarily get looked at in a lot of detail. Yet we see time and time again more misconduct occurring. A bit about my background and experience. So I've mainly focused on financial services over roughly 25 years, and probably the last 15 of that have been in risk and compliance. And I suppose that straddled different jurisdictions and different disciplines within that in different roles. I've also spent a bit of time in retail, clothing retail, actually, with one of the largest global providers. And so I suppose the context there is, in that time, I've seen things unravel, good and bad practices, and those things, how they've translated into misconduct. I suppose the thing I'd say about misconduct is we shouldn't just think it's something that is about bad behaviour. Behaviour is certainly one aspect of it, but we also have the structure that, I suppose, creates the opportunity for misconduct to occur. What I've done in the last 5 or 6 years is really focus in on areas to do with ethics and culture. And by doing that, I've investigated a lot of misconduct cases and taken myself out of financial services, because it's very easy to stick to your subject matter. And as you'll see in the presentation, the issues with misconduct are not just solely with financial services, despite that's where most of the media attention appears to be. So the purpose of today's presentation is twofold, really. Firstly, I want to challenge thinking. I think too often we let these misconduct cases go by and we don't really sit on the learnings from them. So hopefully when we're going through this, you'll start to see the commonalities. I want to shine the light on misconduct, and as I said, both intentional and structural. But mainly what I would like to do is lay a foundation, which is allowing you to take what you see today and engage with the other presentations where they are providing more of the solutions. And so it's my hope that you'll see that this is a foundation impetus to start embracing some of those other concepts. What I'd like to do, though, and if you'll be patient with me, is probably start with a story. And the story really revolves around a turning point for me personally. So probably about 6 years ago, I was working for a large bank in Australia. And one evening, I was called into an office to review a submission to the regulator. And submission consisted of 5 files, and it was to do with complex products. And so what I was asked to do is look at the quality of that submission and the files that were going, and give a view as to whether there was any risk to the business with what was being submitted. Needless to say, even in a 5-file review, I was able to share with my peers my concerns with what it was telling me. And from that point, the investigation from the regulator spanned out much broader across the business. It's almost as if an onion skin was kept peeling back, and we kept seeing things that we probably hadn't seen before, or at least put those pieces together. And those kinds of things are the remuneration practices within the business, the pressures and the culture that emerge from such practices. And in some instances, we were seeing dialogue between intermediaries and internal stakeholders where there was significant pressure